Hello, my name is Leroy Blevins. Welcome to Mysteries and Histories. In this episode here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unrevealing more evidence into the mystery of the JFK assassination. Now, if as everybody follows my research and stuff like that on the JFK assassination, I have uncovered a lot of evidence in the case, and now today we can have more of an understanding of the JFK assassination, and we know in detail now of exactly what took place that day. As you watch my videos, and if you read my book, Evidence of Conspiracy, which is the only book you ever need in JFK assassination, you will see that I found photographic evidence of the shots and everything else, and even the gunmen. I have ID'd the gunmen as well, just like the two gunmen that shot at shelter number 3, which now today we have the information. We know that these are the two tramps was the two gunmen inside of shelter number 3. This guy here took the fatal headshot JFK, and this is the gunman that took the shot to Governor Connally as he was turning off to his left. Okay, we know that information now. Okay, we also know the information of a gunman on top of the county records building, on the rooftop of the county records building. We know that the curb shot where James Tagg was hit by the piece of the curb. We know that gunman was on the rooftop of the county records building. He took that shot. He also took distract shots. All the distraction shots that was taken that day was taken by this gunman on the rooftop of the county records building. Okay, we know that information today. We know there was a gunman on the second floor of the county records building as well, which I'll pull this image up right here, because we could see a gunman hanging out the window right here. He was trying to look across this. That's why he was hanging out, because he was trying to look past this to see if they're coming down. Okay, he's holding his rifle in his hand. And we also know from from the Hughes film, we can see a shot being fired from that window. We know for a fact today that this gunman here shot JFK and shot Governor Connally, and he took 2 distraction shots as well. Now we also know that Lee Harvey Oswald was in fact one of the assassins. Okay, and he also took 2 shots a day, but both of his shots struck JFK. So he took the 2 shots JFK, and that was it. Okay, it wasn't 3 shots, it was 2 shots. So see, we have a lot more information now. We know there was a lot more people there that day. Okay, we could go over each shots individually, which we'll show you right here. We have shot number 1, shot number 2, shot number 3, shot number 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Okay, we have a total of 13 shots. And when we go over this and we view this, like I said, we know this information now. Now we can know the true story. We know shot number 1 came from Lee Harvey Oswald. Shot number 2 came from the second floor of the county records building, that gunman. Same as the third shot, and then 2 shots were fired at the same time. So see, now we have more information now, because we know there was 2 shots fired at the same time, but from two different gunmen in 2 different locations, made contact with different locations as well. So you see, we have that information now. On top of that information, we also know more information as well on what we know the distance that the gunmen were when they took each one of their shots. We know the time frames of each one of the gunmen when they took their shots. We know time frames of where each one of these shots were fired, where these shots made contact with, the location that these shots came from, and the time in between these shots to show there was actually 2 shots being fired at the same time. And we see there was actually 13 shots fired from 4 different locations. So see, we know all this information now. We also know for a fact as well, excuse me, I got to sneeze. Bless me. We also know for a fact as well that there was somebody else there. So there was help in the JFK assassination. We know there was Lee Harvey Oswald on the 6th floor of Texas School Book Depository. 6th floor of the Texas School Book Depository. We know there was 2 gunmen on the county records building, one on the rooftop and one on the 2nd floor. We know there was 2 gunmen inside of shelter number 3. But now we know today that there was also a guy on the corner of Houston and Elm Street to distract everybody to look up to the 6th floor of the Texas School Book Depository so they won't look over here at the records building. We have a babushka lady now, which is laid down here on the grassy knoll area. in the grass area between Elm and Main Street, warning and signal to the gunman inside of shelter number 3. We also have the gunman on the rooftop of the county records building taking his distraction shots so these two gunmen could get away as well. So now we know more of the story. Okay, now the mystery is revealing itself. Okay, we're unrevealing the mystery of the JFK assassination now, because now we know a lot more information now. We know exactly who was in on the assassination of that day. We know there was 5 gunmen there. We know there was 13 shots. We know there was a guy on a corner of Houston and Elm to point everybody, direct them into the Texas School Book, look at the Texas School Book Depository. We know there was a lady down there using a camera, a decoy camera, to warn and signal the gunmen inside of shelter number 3 to take their shots at JFK. We know Oswald placed a decoy rifle on the 6th floor for them to find. We know he used an alias of A. Heidel, to throw them off. Okay, we know the gunman on the rooftop of the county's records building took distraction shots so the 2 guys inside of shelter number 3 could get away. But we also know they was tramps. We also know more information that, well, the 2 gunmen that was inside of the county records building was dressed up as police officers. They dressed up in the location that they was at. Oswald was dressed up in his location because he was working in that building. And then we had the 2 gunmen dressed up like tramps because they're back down there by the railroad tracks. And I figured that's the location we're at, so we had to dress way whatever location we was in. And then we had the babushka lady, which no one's going to pay attention to, that she was actually just using the camera as a decoy so she can warn the 2 gunmen inside shelter number 3 to take their shots and stuff. Okay, so the plot is revealing now. That cloud is being lifted from the mystery of the JFK assassination, because now we know more details. We know more information what took place in 1963 that no one's never found before. But when we work together, we look at this stuff and we piece it together because it's a big puzzle, we find the answers that we're looking for. And we're going to reveal a lot more evidence. So now today, it's been taken 55 years now. It's going on 55 years now. But now we know today there's more people involved in the JFK assassination. We know there's 5 gunmen. We know there was 13 shots. We know JFK was shot 4 times. Governor Collins shot twice. We know there was 7 distraction shots taken. We know there was a guy on the corner of Elm and Houston. On Elm and Houston Street. Okay, to distract people to look up the Texas School Book Depository. Oswald was there. He took his 2 shots, but he also placed a decoy rifle there with the alias name of A. Heidel, so they'd be looking for A. Heidel and not Oswald. We know there was a lady there, was dressed with a scarf around, which they called the babushka lady. She signaled the gunman that was inside of shelter number 3. These guys dress to their location. Like I said, the gunman inside Texas County Records building, they was dressed as police officers. That suits their location. The gunman down here on shelter number 3, they was dressed for their location, which was be tramps and train tracks there. So see, everybody dressed to their proper locations. Okay, they placed the gunman on the right side of JFK's limo, not on the left side of JFK's limo. Okay, we know what the false stories were now. We know that there was no gunman behind the picket fence area. There was no gunman in the Daltex building. We know all the stories now that's told about a gunman behind the picket fence and the Daltex building and stuff. We know them are false stories now. So now we have the false stories being pushed aside. We have the truth being revealed. We have the cloud being lifted. Now we know exactly what's going on now. Now that cloud is almost gone. The fog is almost lifted. Now the truth is starting to be revealed. So we know a lot of information now. Okay, we know a lot of information now. We know there was more people involved. Okay, I want to present this evidence and stuff just like I sit there and point out right here. Okay, with this Zapruder films between the shots and stuff. The babushka lady turns on her light by frame 290 of the Zapruder film. The light's on for 23 frames before the fatal headshot to JFK. So you see what I'm saying? We know more information now. All this information is starting to be revealed. Okay, and I'm honored to present this evidence. I really am, because it's like, this is big news here. Okay, to me, this should light up the media, because now the cloud of that mystery of the JFK assassination is being solved. Okay, it's being revealed now. The truth of exactly what took place that day is being revealed now. Okay, and I feel pleasure and an honor to be able to bring this to the people. Okay, I spent a lot of time, a lot of nights researching, going over documents, going over files, analyzing films, colorizing images, pulling out every details I can from each image, piecing all this together so I can see exactly who took this shot, who took that shot, where this shot made contact with. Okay, hours and hours of research, then time framing on the shots and stuff like that. Coming up with the time frames, when each shot was fired. Okay, where these shots made contact with, where these shots came from. The time in between these shots is so I can see, if two shots were fired at the same time, which we see that now when we reveal that kind of information. Now we know a shot was here, single shot, single shot, single shot, double shot, double shot. Then we have a double shot here, which is fired back to back. Then we have a single shot. Then we have a double shot fired back to back. Then we have a single shot, and there you go. You see what I'm saying? So see, now we know all this information. Now we're unrevealing everything now. That story is coming out now. So we know there was more people there that day into the JFK assassination. Their story is unfolding now because we could piece all this information together, because we have the evidence, we have the locations, we know the shots they took, and everything else. So everything is being revealed now. Now the true story is coming out. I wanted to make this video here. I didn't want to make it too long one. I already made just a long video and stuff like that. Okay, I want to make this video here to present a lot of things taking place. A lot of things is going on. The JFK mystery is about to be completely solved. Okay, it's going to be completely solved. I mean, if you want to find evidence of exactly who was behind the JFK assassination, if I was being allowed to check over the information that's been locked away still, if I was allowed that privilege to view that evidence, okay, piece it all together and stuff, I could find out who was behind it and why. Okay, I could find out exactly who was behind it and why. Far as what happened that day on the JFK assassination, that truth can be revealed now. There's still just a little bit there, but not as much. We know we could go in details now exactly what took place that day, starting at 12 o'clock. Starting at 12 o'clock when when his plane landed in Dallas, Texas, we can now go in details from that point all the way to Parkland Hospital. We can go into details now because we can pinpoint everything now. Okay, that truth is being revealed now. Okay, it's always been in front of the public's eye for 55 years now. But like I said, if I got the chance to be able to view the other evidence that was still kept in files and stuff, I know for a fact I could find out who was actually behind the assassination of JFK, find that evidence, and I could present that evidence, okay? And this evidence tells that story, okay? The evidence tells a story. And I could find out exactly why they took JFK, why they assassinated JFK. Why did they take their shots at Governor Connally? Okay, if I had that opportunity, which I probably would never have that opportunity. There's other researchers that did have that opportunity to go over that evidence, but I made a video before this one called What Are They Looking For? Because there's been a lot of evidence that's been in the public's eye for 55 years, and no one's never found or even brought it to nobody's attention until I brought it out. Okay, so that makes me think of what they was actually looking for. Was they actually looking for this or that or this or that? Because to me it seems like they was just concentrating on one thing and one thing only. That's what they was concentrating on. Me, I concentrate on the whole thing, the whole subject. But at least today, we know for a fact, today is the day that can be revealed of the true story into the JFK assassination. And you'll find that story in my book, Evidence of Conspiracy, okay, which is on paperback or Kindle on Amazon. Always in the description down below. I'll post a book where you can buy that book. It's the only book you ever need in JFK assassination is Evidence of Conspiracy. And there you'll have photographic evidence. and more evidence I haven't put in my videos and stuff like as you see here. There's more research I'm revealing. Okay, other researchers stopped their research. I've stopped my research at 12 just a year ago when I had 12 years into it. But still, I'm going around here and there. I'm still looking into it, no matter what. That's a case you cannot finish until it's actually closed. Like, everything properly there, everything properly in order. Then you can walk away from it. Other researchers, they're not bothered looking for anything no more. Okay, they stopped looking. Okay, they want to present their same story over and over again. They stopped looking. As for me, I'm still going. Okay, as I show, I'm pointing out more facts. I've just brought out here the past week. I brought out the babushka lady. Okay, evidence on her, showing more things in detail of what was going on. So now we know that we were revealing that story now. Okay, so we know exactly who was there that day now. There's a lot more to it. And that's why I said I wanted to make a documentary, because I want to put all this in that documentary and point all this out. Okay, so people see in detail. But at this point, it's already here March. No, it's April now. Excuse me, it's April now. And I wanted to do it in June or July, excuse me, of this year. But it don't look like it's going to happen this year because we ain't really got that much funds. Excuse me, I got to take a drink. Not that much donations, and we had the fund going for the past 8 months. Excuse me, we had the fundraiser going for the past 8 months. I think we raised $180 so far on it, and still, that's not, I appreciate the people that already made a donation, because that shows me, like I said, that shows me that they want to see this. They want to see this case closed. They want to know the truth. That's what shows me when they made that donations, even if it's $5. $10, it always adds up when you make a donation. But you're donating to something that we could do together. As I said, once I get done, when I get ready to film that, I was going to let everybody know when I was going to be there, so we could all work together on this DVD together, film it, put people back in their location and everything else. But we have to pull off. We'll probably have to hold off. Excuse me, got something in my throat. That day we'll have to put off for a while, which is a shame, because I really would have loved to have done it this year. But I want to make this video here to unrevealing more of the mystery of the JFK assassination. Don't forget that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to tell your friends about us. Share this video with other people and on social media and stuff so they know this information. Always in the description down below, evidence of conspiracy, the site where you can order my book. Thank you, and you have a pleasant day.